Hello everyone, Pinder Productions here, and today I'm back with another F1 2016 Career Mode episode, and today we have episode number 37 at Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix, and we have an R&D event.
Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race, they're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
So it looks like we have our R&D upgrade from the previous episode, our drag reduction. So it looks like the car will be better through the air from now on for the practice session, and these are the resource points I got during the practice session that I just finished. Wasn't able to quite complete the tyre wear, unfortunately, but got some good stuff in that one anyway. And in qualifying I went out on the intermediate tyres because it was a damp qualifying session, and it was a difficult one to say the least. I didn't start the lap off too well here, as you will see. I mean, in a straight line it's fine, but once I get to turn one it's just going very wide into the gravel trap, and that wasn't very good for the start, although luckily the Force India has Mercedes straight line speed. So coming out of the final chicane here, you can see we're up back into the top 10, and we were down in last place in the first corner. Hamilton gets a fast lap. I get a bit shaky on the exit of the last corner and I get P10. Not quite what the team was giving me a target for, but pretty good. I've got 580 resource points, only enough for the fuel upgrade though, and I don't think I'll be going for that. Rosberg is way ahead in the rivalry, so I'm going to lose points on that. And the session goal as well. And teammate, I was behind my teammate. I think Perez got P9 in the end, but let's go to the race.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Nico Rosberg alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo and Button.
So for my race strategy, it was a dry race, so I went softs then hards for this strategy, and as we go to 5 red lights now, and it's away we go for the start of this Japanese Grand Prix. It looks like everybody is going down towards turn 1 fairly cleanly, as we have a 3 wide battle, and then they've come together. The two McLarens have come together with the Ferrari between them, and I've somehow made an illegal overtake on my teammate Perez, so I'm going to hand that back, and then both the Williams take the position and we have a safety car. So let's see and take a look at what happens. Oh, we can't go back far enough, but there you can see all the carnage that happened at the turn 1 just by a Ferrari and a couple of McLaren Hondas going into each other. But here at the end of lap 4, the safety car is going in, so we have followed the safety car around for a few laps. Now it's time for the safety car to go in and to get back up to racing speed, so as we lose out a little bit of time to Bottas and to Alonso, who's somehow managed to get behind us. I have no idea how that happened after he got taken off right at the start, but he's right there with us. We have a lot of fuel, very overloaded fuel, so we're going to have to try and make some moves on Bottas and my teammate Perez. I believe Massa went into the pits, so that's why we have made up at least one position on him, and we are within the team's target for this race now, so hopefully we will be able to better our driver score rating. We just need to overtake Bottas really here as we go into this section. Can we do it? No, we can't quite here, and I get a little bit wide there, cutting the corner a tiny bit, but it's okay. I haven't gone all out of the track, but Alonso is keeping up with us, which is strange since I'm in rich mix. I guess the extra fuel is quite heavy, as I put a dive bomb move on Bottas. I haven't quite got the traction out of the corner though on the inside, and Bottas gets away, and now he gets the inside line on the run up to the Spoon, which is the corner we're coming up to now. It's called Spoon because it's the shape of a spoon if you look at the map in the bottom left, as we go round and exit Spoon onto the straight here and getting into Bottas's slipstream now. Hopefully we're going to be able to make a move into or through 130R, possibly maybe even before. We're going to have the inside line, and who's going to give up? It's going to be Bottas as I get the move done, exceeding track limits a bit on the exit, but I've made the move up into P6, and now I have my teammate to contend with, so maybe I will be able to slipstream him. Raikkonen sets the fastest lap after his accident at the start of the race, or he was involved in the accident I believe at the start of the race. So as we come now slipstreaming, can we gain on Bottas through the braking, Perez on the braking zone? Yes we can. We are really close to my teammate. Now, can we make the move up into this corner? I'm not going to risk it here quite yet. I'm going to have to follow him through the S's. Once again on the exit of Spoon, I'm going to be hoping to get in the slipstream of the car ahead. This time my teammate Perez, so hopefully going to be making a move up into P4. And so if we get in the slipstream, can I make a move into 130R? No, I can't. I'm going to have to back off quite a bit more than I would like to. But I can make a dive bomb past my teammate Perez into the chicane, and now I'm ahead up into P4 here. And it looks like somebody is in the pit, so could I get P3 here as well? Yes, I can. I'm now on the podium, although I will have to pit. And we have DRS now, so next time round my teammate will get DRS, and you can see in the proximity arrows he is getting quite close through the braking zone there. Although now I'm able to pull away as we head towards the S section on a lap 7. Now through the S's on lap 8, Sebastian Vettel is out of the race, so let's see what happens. Oh, is that Palmer crashing out? And then Vettel gets caught up in that. He can't really avoid it and gets smashed up into the wall by Palmer. Loses his wheel tether brakes there. So that takes him out of the race, unfortunately for Ferrari. Although that is good for us, because it means we could overtake them in the points, as we're ahead. There's only one Ferrari left and we're ahead of Raikkonen so far in the race, so we should score more points than them. I am going to box at the end of this lap. My teammate Perez is very close behind me. So here we go at the end of lap 8 into the pits, and it looks like my teammate is staying out. He's on the hards, I just realised, so he must be doing a long stint. I've done quite a long stint on these soft compound tyres. They have felt pretty decent until just this lap really, so I've had some good pace I felt. Anyway, we're coming out hopefully in the top 10 it looks like, but we'll see once we get out of the pits. We've had a pretty quick stop, 2.2 seconds I think that is. I can't really read on this low res preview window, but yeah, P8 we come out just behind Felipe Nasr, so I guess he would be staying out. I doubt the Sauber would be that high up legit because he's on the hard tyres. There was the chaos at the start of the race, so maybe he could be, but I think he's probably on an old set of hards going from the long into the race and pitting late onto the softs. But we are going to be able to gain on Nasr anyway, despite how old his tyres are, whether they're new or old. Braking into this corner, we're not going to quite be close enough to do any moves at this moment in time, but I'm going to hopefully be able to make a move up into the hairpin here, braking late and getting up the inside, pushing him out a little bit but not pushing him quite off the track. Have we got the traction on him? Yes, we just about have got the traction on Felipe Nasr, and we move up into P9 ahead of the Brazilian. And now coming through 130R towards the end of lap 9, it looks like Kimi Raikkonen is on the side of the track. There has been an incident, I would assume, with him and somebody else. Someone is going into pits. Valtteri Bottas is also out of the race, so I wonder if he had a problem with Kimi Raikkonen, and that has given us P5. So we have made up 2 positions there on this lap, and we are just about ahead of our teammate Sergio Perez coming out of the pits on the soft compound tyres. So we are now behind Felipe Massa. He's gained quite a bit of time on his tyres, making a pit stop early, but we are ahead of Sergio Perez just about here on lap 10. And now coming up towards the hairpin, my teammate is very close to me. Is he going to try and replicate the moves that I've done on several other cars during this race? Yes, he is, and he does it very successfully there. So now I'm down in P5 behind my teammate on his fresh soft tyres here. So he has got a lot of pace ahead of me, and hopefully I'll be able to maybe gain on him with slipstream out of the exit of Spoon and up towards 130R. Maybe have to wait to the chicane, but we'll see. Can we gain? We've got lots of fuel to use for rich mix. Either that will be hindering us with heavy weight or helping us with much more speed. So as we come now towards 130R, braking a little bit so that I don't run into the back of him or run wide on my slightly less grippy tyres. You can see some grey skies there, but the rain should hold off till the end, and we do have DRS on the straight. We weren't quite close enough to make a move on Perez. As we activate DRS, we are quite far back now. We do move up into P4 as somebody is in the pits, so it looks like Perez is on for a podium. Well, either me or Perez, depending if I can overtake Perez here out of the exit of turn 1, and I'm not quite close enough on these hard tyres. Hopefully I'll be able to stick with him through the S section maybe and try and overtake him into the hairpin like he did to me, but I haven't quite got the same grip that he has, sliding around just a little bit more than I want to be, and he's getting away now with his 1 lap newer, fresher, faster soft compound tyres, and he's just gone. I am nowhere near, and I cut the corner slightly there. Bad of me, and yeah, I'm really not close enough to make any sort of overtake on Sergio Perez at this stage in the race. And here we go, round 130R for the final time, still in P4, not close enough to overtake my teammate. Unfortunately, I've lost time each lap to him on his fresher soft tyres, so it looks like he has bettered me in the strategy, although he did start ahead of me in the race. Although we have beaten the Williams and I've moved up about 6 positions, so it has been overall a very good race for me, despite losing out to my teammate who gets a podium.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. And the credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
Well, this is it. This is where they all want to be. Here come the top 3 then, out onto the podium after a fascinating Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings.
So as you can see here at the top, it's Rosberg, Hamilton, Perez, me, Ricardo, Sainz, Gutierrez, a good finish there for Haas in P7, Kvyat, Ericsson, Sauber in P9, and P10 Felipe Massa. So no Ferraris scoring points this race, no McLarens either. In the drivers, I am P3, and it sounds like Mercedes have secured the constructors, and we are now ahead of Ferrari in the constructors, up into P3 there for Force India. Really crazy stuff here at Suzuka. Toro Rosso move up into P7 it looks like, and Sauber move up into P10. Renault moved down to P9 and Manor moved down to P11. So overall some good results there for some of the teams, and good result for Force India. Let's see how many resource points we have at the end of this race. Not enough to make the upgrades that I want to do, sadly. Engine or aero or anything else like that. I believe the other one is chassis weight, something similar to that. Any of the rivalry we're going to be losing on, because Rosberg is in just a much better car overall, and he finished in the top 2. I believe he was the winner actually. Teammate, I'm down on that, and Drivers' Championship I'm back up, so back up into the purple, which is good. Career score is, well, big number. And this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give a like, comment below, and subscribe to the channel to see more F1 game content. I will be bringing an episode of this all the way up until F1 2017, or I'll basically finish this season. We have 4 races left: USA, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. So I hope you will join me for those, and I'll see you at USA. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.